A very good afternoon to all of you, my dear sisters and brothers. A special thanks to Sister Abby Avelino, the coordinator of Talithakum International, for this unique opportunity to deliver the keynote address at this closing ceremony of the fifth Talithakum Leadership Course on the theme Talithakum Servant Leaders, Pilgrims of Hope. It is with deep gratitude and a sense of sacred responsibility that I stand before you to share my reflections on the theme. Over these weeks, we have been challenged, encouraged, equipped, and above all, reminded of who we are and what we are called to be servant leaders, pilgrims of hope in a wounded world. The theme of this gathering, Talithakum servant leaders, pilgrims of hope, is both a reflection and a mission statement. It reminds us of the gospel scene in Mark 5:41, where Jesus, holding the hand of a young girl presumed to be dead, speaks words that still echo through our lives and ministries. Talitha kum, little girl, I say to you, rise. It is this call to rise not just once but daily that anchors our leadership and fuels our commitment to combat the evil of human trafficking. Pilgrims of hope in a fractured world. To be a pilgrim of hope today is a radical act. We walk not as tourists, not as mere observers, but as pilgrims, deeply aware of the pain, violence, and exploitation present in the world, especially through the dehumanizing crime of human trafficking. Our journey is not just geographical, it is spiritual, emotional, and moral. Hope does not ignore suffering, it walks straight into it with eyes wide open and heart fully engaged. Hope refuses to surrender to despair. Hope acts, and this is precisely the spirit of Talithakum leadership, grounded in realism, resilience, and the gospel. Hope does not disappoint us because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit. Romans 5:5. In this Jubilee year, a sacred time of restoration, renewal, and commitment, we are called to lead with renewed vigor. Jubilee invites us to imagine a world where dignity is restored, relationships are healed, and freedom is reclaimed. This is the vision we carry forward. The character of a servant leader. As we reflect on our leadership journey through this course, it is clear that servant leadership is not a concept, it is a daily discipline. It is not about position, power, or prestige, but about presence, purpose, and prophetic courage. A servant leader in the Talithakum network is rooted in the gospel. Every strategy, campaign, and action must flow from a deep spiritual foundation. Our strength is not in numbers or funding, but in our faithfulness to the gospel call to liberate and love. Attune to the margins. We do not lead from the center of comfort, but from the margins of suffering. We listen to survivors. We learn from them. We talk with them. They are not our beneficiaries, they are our co creators of change. Courageous and collaborative. In the face of criminal networks, corruption, and complacency, we must rise as courageous witnesses. But we are not alone. Collaboration with governments, NGOs, church institutions, church based organizations, and especially with each other is essential. Resilient and reflective. Burnout is real in this work. A servant leader makes space for reflection, renewal, and spiritual nourishment. We lead from a well that is continually filled, not from emptiness. As Pope Francis reminds us in Fratelli Tutti, we are called to respond with a new vision of fraternity and social friendship that will not remain at the level of words. This course has not only equipped us with practical tools for action and advocacy, but has also rooted us more profoundly in the gospel, called to stand up, to lead with compassion, courage, and unwavering hope. We have gained not only skills in leadership, collaboration, and strategic engagement, but also a deeper spiritual grounding. The call of Jesus to the little girl, Talithakum, little girl, I say to you, rise, is also his call to us today to rise above fear, indifference, and resignation, and to stand with and for those who have been pushed down by systems of exploitation. Through this formation, we are reminded that effective leadership is not just about doing more, but about becoming more attentive, more prophetic, more faithful to the mission entrusted to us. We are not merely leading projects, we are living out a gospel mandate to be hope bearers in the darkest places. From learning to action, practical commitments. This course has equipped us with practical tools for advocacy, prevention, survivor accompaniment, legal frameworks, and systematic change. As we go forward, let us translate this learning into clear commitments. Prevention through education and awareness. Organize local workshops in parishes and schools to raise awareness about trafficking tactics. Create culturally appropriate materials that speak to vulnerable communities, especially migrants, women, and children. Use digital platforms to counter online trafficking, especially among youth. Empowering survivors. Partner with survivors to become peer educators and leaders. Develop reintegration programs that go beyond temporary shelter to include education, vocational training, and psychological healing. Include survivors in program planning, nothing for them without them. Advocacy and policy engagement. Engage with local and national governments to push for just laws and proper enforcement. Collect data and stories that humanize the issue. Numbers matter, but names and faces transform hearts. Join global campaigns during key advocacy moments like World Day Against Trafficking or the International Day of Prayer and Awareness. Build strong networks. Stay connected through regional and international Talitakum hubs. Share resources, best practices, and innovations across countries and cultures. Support younger sisters and leaders' mentorship in mission. Integrate the work into our human communities. Educate our own religious communities about human trafficking. Encourage community leaders to be active participants in prevention. Make anti trafficking work part of formation programs for new members. As the compendium of the social doctrine of the church states, the dignity of the human person is the foundation of a moral vision for society. Our work is not charity, it is justice, and justice is love made visible in public life. Moving forward, a vision for leadership in hope. As pilgrims of hope, our journey does not end here, it begins anew. In a world that often trades in despair, we dare to hope. In a world that commodities human life, we declare its sacredness. In systems that silence the vulnerable, we amplify their voices. This is our prophetic call. Leadership for us is not about being in front, it is about being with the poor, with the forgotten, with the trafficked, with those who are still waiting to hear the words, Talitha Kum, rise. We do not walk alone, we walk together with one heart, one mission, one prayer for a world made new. Let me conclude my keynote with a short prayer. As we go forth, I offer a simple prayer. May we have the courage to lead with love, the wisdom to act with justice, and the humility to serve with joy. May we always be pilgrims of hope, never turning back, always walking forward with the light of Christ as our guide. Let us rise, let us lead, let us never lose hope. Talitha Kum. Thank you.